Okay guys, welcome to the boot shining tutorial. First we're gonna go over what we need. So, that's some hair. You need black polish for obvious reasons. You don't want brown polish because you have black boots. This polish is just a random one I got from the grocery store. I used to use kiwi polish, but they went out of business. This one's really cracked, so I just kind of stick with this one. It's really hard to use. There's a trick. If you put a penny in your polish, it won't crack. There's a penny in this one, but I put it in after it started cracking, so it's too late. Just prevents it from cracking. And then you'll need water. I usually put it in the top of the polish. You need some sort of cloth. It could be an old t-shirt. I prefer this kiwi cloth I got before they went out of business. I don't know if you can still get them, like some places might still have stock, but I doubt it. Really any old t-shirt works though. And then you need your boots. Ooh. Really any boots work. You just need them to be black, and you want the leather to be smooth and fine. So that means you don't want like this one wouldn't be too bad, but this one's soft, and you see the texture on there? It's like not as smooth. Whereas these ones, my old boots, the texture is it's a bit wrinkled there from walking, but the texture is a lot smoother, meaning that you won't have as many cracks to fill in, and it won't take as long polishing them. These ones on the side, you can see they started out pretty smooth. I've shined this a bit, but I mostly just focus on the toe because that's where most people see. But once you have everything, also you want to make sure, like the boots I showed at first, you cannot have yellow or anything. They just have to be plain black with laces. Other than the yellow, these ones would be good. And the texture, of course. But yeah, you don't want a zipper, you just want plain black. Preferably you want them high. These ones are low because I got them from the parade boots. These are the ones that police officers use, and my dad got them for me because he's a police officer, so I have those, but preferably you want tall boots. So what you do is you grab your cloth. You want to grab it at the edge, as you can see. I use it at the edge. Just find a clean spot. It gets kind of filled after a while of polishing. You want to put it around your finger and then wrap it around the back, so you have a nice and flat spot at the front, so you can put the polish on evenly. You want to dip it in a bit of water, get it a bit wet, and then you want to grab a little bit of polish. The trick is you don't want like smeared in polish, but you also don't want it soaking wet. Like you kind of need a balance of each. And then you can see there's a bit of scuffs at the front there. I'm going to fix that up. So you just put it on, you apply in circular motions. I like to go clockwise. You can go counterclockwise. Just make sure you keep it consistent, because it can mess up the polish. So you just do a bunch of little circles. So for how long it takes, these boots took me a while. At the beginning, you just gotta really get it on there, get it shiny. The first initial shine takes a long time, a few hours. But if you put in the hard work, you'll have a shiny outcome. And then after that, if you're careful with your boots, you shouldn't have to shine them too often. I just touch mine up every few weeks, or if I scuff it, I'll touch it up. Basically, for those of you that don't know, scuffing is when you hit your boots on something and it causes a little mark. Grass is really bad for your boots. It makes it look like it got cut by a million different blades. But if you're careful with them, I walk carefully, then you shouldn't have to touch it up too often. Just gonna go ahead and give it a shine. You can see there's a bunch of water droplets, so you can just add a bit more polish. What I like to do is, as the water droplets kind of go away, if there's too much water on this, you can just switch to a new spot and kind of get the water in. You just gotta really work the polish into the leather. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention about the boots is you need to make sure it's real leather. You don't want the fake leather, because the polish won't be able to be worked into the leather. So you just keep going around in a bunch of circles, little teeny circles. You'll need layers and layers of polish. You can see it's getting a little cloudy, so I'll add a bit more water. And you just need to work each layer in to the leather. A little bit at a time. Okay, there's a lot of water droplets, so I might switch to another spot just to kind of dry it up. Another trick I like to use is if it's a bit too dry and you just want to add a little bit of water, you get it dry a sec, then you can huff on it. So you know, like when you blow on a window, you kind of like huff on it, you just it creates a little fog, and then you just rub it in and you do that a bunch. And the heat helps to bind the polish, and the little bit of moisture helps to work it in. Some people suggest burning your polish. I would not recommend that. Burning your polish is where you burn your polish on, just like it sounds. You take like lots of heat. This just adds a little bit of heat, but burning your polish on, it cracks very easily. It looks shiny for a bit, but then it'll start cracking and it'll actually could ruin your boot. So you just gotta take the hard work and get it shiny the right way, you know? One way people often see is people using brushes, polish brushes. Those are meant to make your boots black and clean. So if you were in the army, you'd use a polish brush, put some polish on, and that would clean your boot and make it nice and black. Whereas these are parade boots, we use them for drill, so we want them nice and shiny. So we use a cloth to apply them. If you use a brush after you've shined them, then it will just scratch it up, and I really do not recommend that. Your boots will look really good after a few hours. It just takes a bunch of time. But after a while, they'll start to look good. Sometimes people compare boots. Like, I thought my boots were really good, and then we did grad, and the color party boots were amazing. They looked like a mirror. Like, you could do your makeup in them. They were so awesome. So it just gives you motivation to keep going, keep making them shiny. They can never be too shiny. You can do as much or as little as you want. Although Keith will come after you if you don't do them enough. So make sure you at least get a bit of a shine and do your best. I hope this helps. Just gonna keep adding layers. Gonna huff on it. You don't want to put too much pressure because it can make scratches in your polish. You want to be very gentle. If it gets too cloudy, you can add some water. If it gets too many water droplets, you can add a little more polish. Just work it in. I usually focus on the toe of the shoe because that's where most people see. I've done the sides a bit, but for the new cadets, I'd start on the toe just so you can see some progress at first. Then once you get the toe nice and shiny, you can work on other parts. I'm gonna finish it up with some huffing. And there we go. That's it for that coat. You can do as many coats as you want. I'm gonna go take a break though. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps.